And welcome to Through the Static. This is Stephen the Medium, and I am so excited to be here. I'm so excited to be with everybody, and I am so excited to premiere my new theme song, which will probably get me very choked up, because if you know me, you know that Olivia was my number one favorite artist, and I am devastated what happened. But on a separate note, in a good note, in a beautiful note, a handsome note, who do I have with me?
You have the most handsome of all. Coach Elix is in the house.
Coach Elix is here, and Mark is producing. And a big shout out to both Mark as well as the big boss, Jim, because I wasn't sure, I've done this show. We just, 2 weeks ago, just had the 4th year anniversary, and I've always had a lot of love, and I love that. But it's kind of interesting. 4 years ago, when I was putting the show together and I had to pick a theme song, it came down to Have You Never Been Mellow and Lot of Love, and ultimately I went with Lot of Love. And when this happened with Olivia, I emailed Jim, who's the manager of the station, and without a hesitation just told me, absolutely, it's up to me. So, and within just a day, it was all done. And so, Jim, thank you for that. That's such a beautiful dedication to Olivia and my favorite song. And this is like a double exciting day, because Mark started his show off and commented about me loving Olivia and played Have You Never Been Mellowed. So thank you, Mark, for that too. That was really nice. So, Elix, what's going on?
I was going to say that anyone who is new to the show and doesn't follow you on Instagram or Facebook, that they need to follow you, because you've posted a video, because we went to Olivia's last concert, and we had front row seats, and you posted a video, and you have many pictures of the concert. So
yeah, and I'm wearing. If you were on Facebook Live or through YouTube, you would see that I have a Olivia T-shirt that I bought at the concert, and this is definitely a Steven story, right? So a friend of mine, I think this was in 2000. It was 2017 when we went to see her. A friend of mine sends me a private message via Facebook and says, Olivia Newton-John's going to be at Twin Rivers. I know you love her. And I'm looking at it like, what? Like, how would I not know that? So Twin Rivers is in Rhode Island, the state I grew up in. And, we're in Norton, so still we weren't on the Cape. So it's like, I don't know, like 25 minutes, like if that, right, to get there. Mm-hmm. So I go right on to Twin Rivers, and I get two seats, and I think they were like 4 rows back. And I'm so excited. So the date.
Actually,
is...
I don't think there were 4 rows back. I think there were like 2 rows back. Just saying. But go ahead. Keep
going. But they were, well, even if they were, I think it was more. It was like 3 or whatever.
Yeah,
but they were also weren't center. They weren't in front of the stage either. So, and then the week that Olivia that we were going to the concert, something just prompted me to take a look. And you know how like these brokers purchase tickets and the really good seats, and then they sell them at a premium. Well, I just happened to go on, and there were 2 like center front row seats, and I just thought, I can't do this, right? I mean, I already got 2 seats, and then what did I do? I did do that. So I got 2.
And did he tell me about that right away? No. No. He waited until, a very strategic time to say, oh, by the way,
we have 2 extra seats.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the great thing, we got to actually one of the seats wasn't even taken. We got to bring one of my best friends, Susan Marie Dame, and it was wonderful because Susan always loved Olivia Newton-John also. And as a matter of fact, we just saw Susan and Paul Saturday when we went to dinner, and I knew if there was one person that would would just absolutely love being at that concert would be Susan. So, and she had a little space to move because she had no one next to her. But I know we just talked about after. She's actually the one that told me, did I hear the news? And I didn't. But she said to me that it was the best concert she ever been to, and she thanks me and Elix for doing that. And I got to tell you, I'm so thankful that Susan came with us. And I did get at that concert, I got the Olivia shirt that I'm wearing today, and right after that, then it all came out that Olivia had been complaining about back pain and thinking it was just because of doing concerts. And, you know, if you see my videos, she jumps all around and she's really interactive. But then she found out that the cancer came back. This was the third time. So there were no more concerts. And it was a godsend. It was spirit that it was on my bucket list. And I never really ever thought I was going to ever able to get to see Olivia, because prior to that she was in Vegas and I wanted to get there and I never did. So I cried at the concert, right?
Who would argue with that? Anyone who knows you, absolutely. You cry when you got your front
when
row
I bought
seats.
the tickets.
Yeah, I cry when I heard you got 4 seats. So we both cried. Yeah.
And she looked right at me several times, and I smiled right at her. And she was right in front of us. And so I've already tuned into her in spirit. That's a whole nother show. But listen, I can't believe how fast this first part of the show goes by. But I will say, as we mentioned in Facebook Live, that Elix and I have something very cool, very big, something that we're going to be doing. So stay tuned and watch for this advertisement. We're going to have some people here come to the house with us and spend some time with us. They're going to get a reading with me, and it is going to be phenomenal. Right? I mean, how do you not want to hang around with me and Elix, right? Come to our house, and the house on the Cape is a beautiful house, and get to eat with us and to get to a reading with us. Elix, like, what's better? And for free. What's better than that?
I can't imagine. I want to hang out with us.
You do.
Exactly.
You do. Yeah.
Exactly. You get to be with both of us. You get to eat an awesome meal. But if you're wondering how would I be able to have that opportunity, you got to stay tuned, because we'll let you know once we have all the details.
Yes, it's coming. And I think I sort of forgot to say that what you will be eating is going to be made by Chef Elix. The Puerto Rican is going to... Now, if you ever seen our Facebook Lives when he cooks, and my postings, even if we're not doing Facebook Live, is stuff that he makes, he is a gourmet chef. There's no question about it. Anyone who comes to our house never wants to leave or wants to, we have friends that bring their own Tupperware because they're taking food back if it's Elix is cooking it. So, and so that alone is enough to raise your hand and say, I want to be there. And I think I agree with you, Elix. If I wasn't part of this, I'd want to be there. I'd be like, I need to be there. So,
Just saying.
Yes, and you get to meet Django and Little Ricky, our 2 dogs, and I just heard an echo, and I never usually hear because I don't think I have an accent, but I heard dogs.
Yeah, you don't have an accent. You've lost your accent.
I said that to Elix. We were driving. Elix just said, "Do you want to go to dinner last night?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And we were driving there just down the street, and I said to him, I was like, I think I lost my accent, and I don't know. Elix's response was not agreeing with me, right?
Yep. Anyone would be able to agree with that.
That Rhode Island accent, all the Rhode Islanders, and I've said this before, but it's not all of Rhode Island, though, right? It's sort
Only
of like
certain regions.
Yeah, it is. It's like Providence and Cranston, North Providence, Johnston, Pawtucket.
It's a Guido accent.
Yes,
You got to be a Guido to talk like this.
And to get into the club, at some point growing up, you have to wear like a minimum of 5 gold chains. And I there's so many pictures of me with 5, 6 gold chains with the Playboy bunny thing hanging. I mean, just gold everywhere, right? In Scarborough Beach every summer, and just with the boom boxes and all like disco playing, and like it's just crazy, and I'm very proud of that too. So.
And you still have them. You
I
still
still
have
have
all of
I
those
do.
chains.
I do.
But
I
listen,
still have those gold chains.
You got to take a break.
I do? Okay.
Yes, you do.
All right. So if you're interested in a reading, 508-222-1320, and we will be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. This is your host, Stephen the Medium, with my handsome co-host,
Coach Elix. And by the way, Coach, I just noticed some comment on the live stream. The reason why you cannot see us is because we're not in the studio today, so you can only hear us.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago we have to be in the studio for you guys to see us, and I'm sure that will happen soon. And before I take the first caller, I'll say that when I picked Olivia's Have You Never Been Mellowed, if you notice, it starts with, you need someone to take your hand, because, lot of love, that's what I actually, when I finish my calls, I say lot of love. And I thought this is perfect too, because, in light of this is a spirit show, that you need someone to take your hand. You can always remember that when you're having some difficult times, that you can just literally just reach your hand out, and whoever is in spirit, that whether your mom, dad, grandmother, grandfather, son, daughter, dog, cat, it doesn't matter. They will put their hand or their paw right on your hand, and you're covered that way. So I just wanted to share that. And today's the premiere of Switching After 4 Years, the theme song. And by the way, Elix did not even know. Mark and I surprised him. Yeah, it was really cool. I love it. So, all right, let me go to the first caller. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
Hi, it's Kristen.
Hi, Kristen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Kristen, let me ask you, did someone play at some point an instrument? I keep hearing it sounds like a piano. Like
Um,
so, when you know when Spirit brings this up, a lot of times when I say that, people think like they just think that someone is really great and spent many years. Sometimes they bring something up that if you as a child played something, piano, flute, tuba, whatever, for like a couple of weeks, they bring that up because to say we were there. So, but I'm telling you, it sounds to me like a piano, like keys. I can hear keys. Unless it also could be a double validation. Do you have a connection to Florida?
to Florida? No, I don't.
Okay,
My
so if you,
grandfather used to play the accordion, and my great aunt used to have a piano.
oh,
And I took
I love
piano
that.
classes like a day, but
Kristen, I love that. I love that the accordion because that's keys, right? Same
yeah,
thing.
that's what I figured was the keys from that.
I love that. So that and who was the second one that had the piano?
The piano was my great aunt's, actually his sisters. They used to have a piano that we used to play, and
Wow. So Kristen, let me ask you, Dad, is Dad crossed or here?
Dad's here.
So there's a really father-in-law or grandfather. There's a really, really strong dad energy that steps forward. So either one. When you talked about those two with the accordion and the piano, I kept hearing the A, Anna or Ann or Ava or an a name. It doesn't have to be them, but they're validating. You know what? It sounds like someone's middle name, like Kristen Ann, or like there's a really prevalent A connected. But this is on your mother's side. Is your mother here?
My mom is here, yes.
There's an A. Is that on your mom's side?
It is, yes, yes.
I sort of thought so. So that aunt is giving me the A. So first name, middle name, last name. It could be a maiden name. Just make sure you keep it with you. But she also, your great aunt as well as this got to be then a grandfather. Wait a minute, like Abraham. Oh my God, Kristen, who's the A?
I can't place an A. I mean, my nephew is Aiden.
Oh, that's
that,
it. Got it.
That's my brother's son.
I love it, Kristen. Yeah. It could be living or it could be cross, but I knew it was not like a name I was going to get, and Aiden I would not have got. So just make sure you know that he's giving, when you just said that your nephew, is he one boy or is he the oldest?
He's the oldest.
Yeah, I got it. So you're just validating that, but there's George.
Funny? Aiden's middle name is Daniel, which is my grandfather's name.
Oh my God, how cool is that? But I was about to say, oh my God, what was I about to say, Kristen? I was about to say something to you. Oh my God, I can't. They'll bring it back. So, but his grandpa, is he also mom's dad?
Yes.
Oh, got it. I keep getting pushed to the right side, which is maternal stuff. I was going to say John, George. Who's the GJ name?
Not on my mom's side that I can think of as a GOJ.
Oh, no.
I
was going to say
Uncle Jimmy. Yeah, I do. My Uncle Jimmy.
Who's living?
No, he passed.
So Jimmy is stepping forward. There's no in spirit. There's no sides. They will validate, just like I started on your dad's side. They validated your mom's side. However, Kristen, there's a birthday or an anniversary really close.
Well, my birthday was August 1st, and my grandfather's birthday is August 14th.
I love that. This is back to Daniel?
Yeah.
I love that your grandpa, I just said, who said that? And your grandfather Daniel said twins, like in August. And happy birthday. Yeah. Your birthday just passed.
Thank you.
I love that he's giving that as a validation. Somebody
we were the only two that were in August. So that was a big thing.
Love that. And isn't it so cool though that you call like right in August so that you've got like your birthday, your grandfather gets to validate his birthday, which is really, really wild. Now, let me preface this. This is not future stuff. This is current or past. But there's like a cyst somewhere. So your grandfather keeps talking about a cyst. Wait a minute, Kristen, did somebody have like a difficult time or not easy time getting pregnant connected somehow to you?
No.
Or lost a child. There's something that I can feel
there was a loss. I had a loss, and then my daughter had a loss as well.
Oh, that's what. There's a girl. there's a child. One of the babies is a girl. I just heard. They showed me a cyst on an ovary, which just generally means either there's literally physically a cyst, or it just means that someone lost a child. There was an issue with a pregnancy. Just make sure you know, Kristen, for you as well as your daughter, that the babies want to be like with this beautiful white energy and white light and love. They want to be validated. Rose.
Oh my God.
What's Rose?
That's Rose is my daughter's. My daughter did have a. She has 2 babies. Her second one is a girl, and she named her middle name Rose, and she wanted to name the baby that she lost Rose.
Oh my God, Kristen! So know that first child, the
and
one
my
that's
daughter just walked in. My daughter walked in when you answered the phone. I was here by myself, but then she just walked in.
Oh my God! So
because she walked in as soon as you said, "Who is this?" She walked through the door.
So just you got to know that your granddaughter, your daughter's daughter is just, she's screaming. She's like, they never knew this. No one told them, and she just wants to make sure you know, Kristen, that she just said, tell Grandma, and she just, I love her because she just looked at me and she's like, she doesn't look like a grandmother though. She's really cool. Like, she's really cool. She doesn't look like a grandmother, but she said, tell her I got her through because the lines were busy. I got her through to make sure she was here, and that I could give that validation for her, and as well as my mom. She's there, as well as yours. Your baby too are there, and just, Kristen, it's just a beautiful way that they're hugging you, and I got to tell you, they're holding you two so tight and just giving so much validation. And it's interesting that your daughter's daughter, your granddaughter, just said, this is getting better. Like, this doesn't mean like you and your daughter have had like a lot of stuff going on, but all I can tell you is that she just keeps saying, tell my grandmother, tell my ma. Things are getting better. Things are falling into place, which is a great thing. So however,
it's good. No, it's good.
however that lands for you, Kristen, it's just a great way. And I always tell people that, remember, Spirit can see, whoever it is, whether it's your granddaughter, whoever it is, your grandfather, they can see the future. They know exactly what's happening, what's going on, and that there's you and your daughter also have a very, very special connection. And when you two are together, there's the energy is so big that watch when you two are together, the signs. Because when you two are together...
We've noticed when we're together, we're like, wow, what is happening right now?
So you know that?
Yeah, we've noticed it, yeah.
Wow. Because your grandfather and your granddaughter said, they just showed me the scenario of your daughter walking back in, like you said, and I saw the energy like it was like fireworks. I'm like, wow, that's a lot. That's really cool. It's just, and just also know that they're, your loved ones are around you all the time. And there's Helen, Harry, there's an H. Oh, no. This, I'm in a hospital. There's healthcare. Someone was like a CNA or a nurse, or there's healthcare.
My mom and all of her sisters are all nurses.
Wow, I love that. I love that they're giving a validation, like one sweeping validation for everybody. So Kristen, I got to take a break because it's halfway, and I don't want to just get disconnected. Listen, thank you so much for being my first caller, and give a big hug to your daughter too if she's still there.
I will. Thank you so much.
All right, Kristen, lots of love to you, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. I am your host, Stephen the Medium. With me is
Coach Elix
my
is in the
handsome
house.
co-host. And I was just saying on the break, we listened to the commercials, and there was a commercial for mushrooms. And I said to Elix, it's amazing that my dad's anniversary of death is just a couple of weeks. And few memories I remember is that he used to bring me and my brother out to the woods, and he was like proficient in finding mushrooms that you could eat, and he'd bring them back and cook the mushrooms. So it's kind of cool. So thanks, Daddy, that he's here. So let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this?
Hi, Stephen. It's Melinda.
Hi, Melinda. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Melinda, your auras, I don't know if you've ever been told, are cuckoo in a great way. I just tuned in. When I heard you, as soon as I heard you say it's Melinda, I can tune into your energy and auras. I don't think I've ever seen so many colors in my life. That's really cool. But that's also somebody's talking about painting. Did someone just paint something, or did someone used to paint connected to you?
I painted my a room in my house.
But like recently?
Yeah, about maybe like 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's. I was gonna say if it's more like if it's a while ago, like if you're gonna say tell me 4 years ago, Stephen, I'd be like, no, that's not it. But it's just one of those things that they're giving as a everyone's stepping forward and giving as a validation. There's oh my God, Melinda, there's so many people here. So there's a really I wasn't starting with her, but there's a really strong mom or grandmother stepping forward, and it's a grandmother. Is your mom here?
My mom's still living, yeah.
Yeah, I kind of thought so, because it feels like it's your mother's mother. It's either your mother's mother or mother's grandmother.
I have both, so I mean, it could be
got
both.
it. Got it. So just know that. And who's Bob? Barbara? Bob? Who's the really strong B when your grandmother steps forward?
I have a Beckett, but not Bob.
Who's Beckett?
Beckett is my nephew.
Okay. Yeah. It's. I keep hearing crossed living. I don't know if this is maybe could be friend. I keep hearing Bob, Robert. I can't tell if it's Bob or Barbara, but just Melinda, do you have a significant other?
Yes.
Who's here?
Yes, he's living.
Okay, got it. It's on his side. Just make sure you keep it with you. The B, the Bob, Robert, Barbara is on his side, either living or crossed. So just make sure you keep that with you, because I just asked, she's not getting it, and they said because they did do this little sign, it's significant other. So just make sure you also just keep that with you. Also, the MR name, like Marie or Mark or Mary, there's a really
my mom
strong.
Is Maria.
I love that, and you said she's here, right? Not a big surprise that your grandmother's giving a validation for her daughter, right? Right to say that. But there's your grandfather, mother's father. He just looked at me and said, "I'm the grandfather." He steps forward and keeps talking about the car. Do you know why?
No.
I love that. I love the pausing. No, Melinda, your grandfather keeps talking about the registration, inspection, transfer. There's something with the car. So I don't know. Spirit doesn't have a time essence. I don't know if oh, wait a minute. No, it's the license plate. The license plate. Somebody had like something different on a license plate, or does have something like a vanity plate, or like a veterans or breast cancer, or there's something on the back of the card. He keeps showing me. There's nothing you know of.
No.
So Melinda, make sure you hang on to it, and if it's connected to the Chris or Kathy or Carol or Kevin, who's the C or K connected to you?
Kevin is my husband and my son's name.
Oh, isn't that so nice? They just validated your husband and son with Kevin. Why are they bringing me to the back of the car? Did and this is again not our future thing. Did somebody get like a bang in the back of the car, or like, there's a reason why they show me the back of the car. Was there something a while ago that someone got like a fender bender in the back?
A long time ago, my husband got into a car accident, but I mean, this is going back several years.
Yeah, there's no essence of time. It doesn't matter about whether it was yesterday, 2 months ago, or 25 years ago. It doesn't matter. But was that the back of his car?
No, it was the front end of it.
No, so just make sure you keep it with you. It will all come,
Okay.
Melinda. It's just, again, it's just one of those things that they're getting very specific and they want to make sure you know. And, there's a lot of things that I throw at people. So just make sure you keep that with you. And also your I don't know whose side this is. I don't know if it's your side, your husband's side. But three. Are you one of three? Do you have three siblings? Why?
Yeah, I'm one of three siblings.
Got it. So it's just, again, it's your family just giving that as a validation. They asked me that before. And and someone, Melinda, goes by a different name or changed their name. So someone keeps flipping the name. So does someone used to, in spirit or living, go not by like their first name, or do they go by a middle name, or the name is, or it's incorrect on something? There's something.
My mom usually references herself by her middle name, which is Fatima, but her legal name is Maria Fatima.
But she goes by Fatima?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. And I love, don't you love how your loved ones were like, her real name's Maria, so we're going to start with the M-R name. I love that. Yes. But it's just, this is so much, it's your husband's side and your grandmother's side, like, battling to see who can speak, like, get as much in. But that grandmother, your mom's mom, is always, always, always around you, like, or just keeps talking about always around you, and she keeps saying that it wasn't the accident, it was the license plate, and about it, or your husband knows about it. So maybe just ask him, like, I don't know, like years ago, did he have someone who had a very in firemen, fire truck, fire station? Where's the fire come in, Melinda?
I don't know.
So just make sure you hang on to it too. It could be years ago that there was like this small little fire in the kitchen that was put out, but there's something fire. I can smell it and I can see a fireman. So your husband didn't have anybody, like a friend or anybody connected to fire, like a fireman years ago?
I mean, we know a fireman, a firefighter, but I don't know if that has any connection.
But is it a good friend?
Not a close friend, no.
No, so just make sure you hang on to it. So, but listen, I'm going to leave you with that, Melinda. Thank you so much for calling, and lots of love to you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Steven. Who's this? Hello.
Hi,
I didn't hear your name. What is it?
This is Sarah.
I'm having a difficult time hearing you. I still didn't hear your name.
Sarah?
Cheryl?
Sarah. S-A-R-A.
S-H-R... Shara.
S-A-R-A. Sarah.
Oh, Sarah! Look, Sarah,
look
how long this took me. I promise you, I'm not a dummy. I really am not. I'm not. So, Sarah, I'm glad that I get you and get to speak with you. So, let me tune in to you, Sarah. Sarah, was there a grandmother that you were really close to?
Yes.
That's in spirit, right?
Yes.
She is screaming, like, I can tell it's a grandmother, and she's screaming like, this is my child, this is the golden child, this is the miracle child. She just keeps yelling and yelling and yelling, and she's so excited she gets to do this. But she also keeps telling me, trying to show you something, or I don't know, or this is your mom's mom?
Yes.
Because did she sew or did she knit?
I think she sewed. I don't really remember her knitting. My mom used to knit.
So I guarantee you that she must have showed your mom at some point something to do about knitting or crocheting or something, because I can see your grand. Oh my God, she's darling, Sarah. She's got the the biggest heart, and the, oh my God, she just said to me that my granddaughter has my heart, only even bigger. I love that. I love that she's giving that, and she also, now this is definite. Who's got the A middle name? Like Ann, Anthony. There's an A middle name.
I do.
I
My middle
I
name is
almost
Ann.
said I almost was gonna say it's gotta be you, because she
Yeah.
was so definite with the middle A name. So Sarah, it's one. Your grandmother just said I'm stuttering because your grandmother's giving me so much. I'm like, hold on, I can't keep up with you. She just said that she she's always around you, and what is she talking about? Did you go, like, what she's talking about academics? Did someone like go to their masters or is thinking about going for a masters?
Well, I was thinking about going back to school just a couple of weeks ago. So
Oh,
I have a
that's it.
bachelor's degree.
I love that, Sarah. Imagine this is your grandmother, like stepping next to you and walking with you every second. And oh, and she just said, talk about the jewelry. The
Oh
I
my
can't,
God.
do you have hers?
I have her wedding ring I wear.
Oh my
Yes.
God. I love that. I love it. But you know, it's very interesting how she said, you usually in my readings it's very specific, like talk about the ring. She said talk about the jewelry because she also makes me feel like someone's got like a necklace or a pendant.
So,
Th- th-
so my mom just passed a month ago,
oh my
and
God.
I have my sister and I split up her jewelry, and I have several pieces that belong to both she and my grandmother. And one is a pendant that I haven't worn, and one is my grandmother's wedding ring that I've wanted for since I was a kid. And so I literally just got them a month ago. I just started wearing my grandmother's wedding ring maybe 2 weeks ago.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah, there's quite a bit of jewelry I just got.
And you said your mom just passed a month ago?
Yeah, she passed on the 4th of July.
Wow. Oh my God. So I'm so excited, and I knew that your grandmother especially, you know, because she's the MC here with you, but she just wants to make sure you know that your mom is also here in I don't know who's the Mary or Michael, who's Mark, who's
My
that?
mom's name is Mary. My mom's
Ah, I love it. So she's like, wait a minute, Sarah, it's really me. It's really me. So just make sure, Sarah, boy, but I mean, are you getting, I mean, I was going to say on both sides, your mother and your grandmother. Your mother, Sarah, just said to me, Stephen, I could never, ever have a better daughter than Sarah. And that your mother said, we are walking this journey with you, and you've got, oh my God, your mother's in tears and saying, honey, I'm here. I'm with you. I've gone nowhere. And that your mother just put her hands like in a prayer position and said, Sarah, wait till you see what's coming up for you. It is grand. I never used that word in a reading in my life. It's grand. So Sarah, keep that word with you. I'm sure that is a double validation. Grand something. Grand piano, grand central, grand something. I never used that word before, so there's a double validation to that. They're just giving you hugs, and I got to stop because I got to take a break. Sarah, thank you for allowing me to do this. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
and lots of love. And I'm sending white light and healing to you. Okay?
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to Through the Static. And here, Olivia will always live on. So let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
Stephen, it's Dorothy.
Hi, Dorothy. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. And yourself?
Oh, I'm good too, Dorothy. Let me tune in. Dorothy, who's the do you have a husband who's in spirit?
No.
So there's a guy standing next to you that I'm trying to figure out who it is. So your husband is still here, still living?
Yes.
Okay, got it. There's maybe it's dad, maybe it's your father. Who's the G or J name connected to you?
George.
Who's George?
My dad.
Oh, well, I guess he answered the question, Dorothy. So it's definitely your dad. It's very interesting how your dad was just. I mean, it's really cool. Just standing next to you, just like standing next to you, and just like looking at you and watching you. And I understand that he just said he just said to me, Dorothy, that my daughter has had a recent memory. I don't know if you dreamt of him or saw a picture of him, or just maybe in your mind just have been missing. Oh, wait a minute. Where's the birthday or anniversary right around? There's something really close, like very close. Birthday, anniversary, like wedding anniversary of death, but something very, very close connected to you, Dorothy.
Yes, his anniversary of death is in September.
Oh, so there it is. Usually I would say that's a little bit far out. They're usually pretty closer than that. But seeing I'm talking to George, I'm talking to your dad, it's probably it. And maybe because it's approaching, that maybe you've got him on your mind. I'm sure you have him on your mind maybe all the time. But just know that your mother just is here, stepped forward, and your mother is very funny because she said there's something even closer, Dorothy, too. No, she's like, you're right, Steve. There's something even closer. So whatever, it could be like because I feel like are there siblings in spirit?
Yes.
So I feel like it's pulled to them, and I also, Dorothy, Ann. Who's Ann or Anthony? Ann, an A-N name.
My mother's name is Ann. My middle name is Ann.
Wow. How wild is it, Dorothy, that your mom and dad step forward and each give me their name, plus to boot they give like a double validation with your middle name. So somebody, Dorothy, your mother just said that someone just got blood drawn or and it's never a future thing, but does somebody have to, like, at some point, Dorothy, did somebody connected to you have to do like a weekly thing, a weekly going to the hospital or a doctor?
Yes.
Because it feels like dialysis, something like would be weekly.
No, chemo.
Chemo, got it. Whatever it is, it's just your like beautiful mother just giving that as such a hug, and your father, and just saying whether that's going on now or if it's in the past. Dorothy, just make sure you know that you've got all this love in white light looking down at you, and just always around you, because you've got such an incredible, beautiful soul. And because of time, I've got to stop, Dorothy. Listen, thank you for calling.
All right, thank you, Stephen.
Thanks, Dorothy. Lots of love to you. I love when people give shout outs to Helix. Dorothy, you're the best. Let me quickly go to we don't have a lot of time, but let me go to the next caller.
Hey,
hi,
Steven?
this is Steven. Who's this?
This is John Parker from Northport, Florida.
John, you know what? You're the one that I just said I complimented you because you said it was a good pre-show, right?
I was on the pre-show, and your show is wonderful too. I recommend the pre-show for everybody. And
John, thank you.
And what a great song. Perfect. I love it.
I listen. I love it too. And Oh, wow, John. Just on a side note, because I'm going to let you know who's here. But on a side note,
Yeah.
I don't know how much you know, how connected you are, but you have a reservation about you. But I feel like it's your personality. Like, I don't know if this is going to make sense, but it's a compliment. So you have a reservation of being very, I don't know, sort of like very polite. I don't know if that's the right word, John, but all I can tell you is that, but
Yes.
you are really, really connected. So, which means that you connect very easily to spirit, and that there's a really strong mother. Is your mother here or crossed?
My mother's crossed,
So,
and my sister and my aunt is also crossed. So
wow. So mom wanted to be the first to let you know, and she's the one that's giving me all this, John. My I keep hearing my boy, my um this is very interesting that John, I don't know if you're, this is really cool. If you like being like by yourself, or you live by yourself. I just feel like your mother just keeps saying, my boy is just such a unique soul, very unique, and has so much love to give. I don't know if how that falls for you, but I'm just telling you what your mom is saying. And John, did somebody sing? Was there a choir, or somebody either crossed or living that at some point sang?
you mean in my family?
Yeah, well, yeah, you someone connected to you. I keep hearing.
Well, my mom played the piano. I sing a lot. I even sing in my sleep. My wife says so.
What? You sing in your sleep?
Sometimes I do. Yeah.
John, I love that your mom and everybody else in spirit are giving that as such a amazing validation about the singing, and I understand now why. Because your mother just said, John's my son. Is your dad also in spirit?
Yes, my mom and dad both.
Your father is wants to make sure you know that he's here. They come through very differently. Your father is very quiet, very gingerly as he steps forward, and your mother's talking a lot. So your father is in awe of you. He just steps forward and just stares at you and just keeps staring at you, and he, it's very, your father's got a lot to say, John, but doesn't know. I don't know if this is going to make sense, but doesn't know how to begin. He just has a lot to John, was he not emotional?
He was, but kind of reserved. I mean, he was also very thoughtful, and he wouldn't say hurtful things. So, just a wonderful dad.
You know what? I will tell you that the holding back, I question. I think it's coming from your father, and just it is coming from your father. When I said not being emotional, and of course, I love you saying that he was a wonderful dad. But I will tell you one thing, that your father just looked at you and said, "Just this goes by too fast. Never hold on to anything. Just do what you want to do." It's a great validation from your dad, just giving that. And your father just said 17. That 17. It feels like maybe the 17th of a month, or January 7th, but he just drew 17, like right in front of you. And before I forget, John, because I'm running out of time, your mother just said that why she brought up the singing, and your wife saying you sing in your sleep, is that your mom just said, John, because when you're in dreaming, you're getting visits. Like it's like I said to your mother, I don't know how this is that's how John's gonna receive this, but there's like your bedroom's like packed with spirit. Everybody's around you and just loving being with you. And your mother said that you're singing, and that's why she wanted to validate that, because it was part of your connecting, even in spirit, even in sleeping, with your loved ones in spirit, which is really, really cool. The 17 keep, and also Vinny, Vicky, Victoria, there's a V connection. First name, middle name, last name, a very, very strong V. And it also could be connected to your wife. And I hate doing this, John, but I'm out of time, and they're just gonna disconnect us. So thank you, John, for calling. Make sure you go to my Facebook page. I mean, you'll get to listen to this again, okay?
I will do. Bless everybody. Have a wonderful day. God bless.
Ah, John, thank you. God, what a great,
Thank you so
great.
much.
Thanks, John. I was just gonna say, what great energy John has. Boy, a lot of great energy. So, Elix, tell everybody how they can find you. What's going on with you?
They can find me at Coach Elix, and when they do, they can find out what's going on with us.
And of course, you have your show Friday.
Absolutely. I have my show Friday. I have a guest, Kathy Clabby, and we are going to have an amazing conversation yet again. So you got to tune in Friday at 1 p.m. At the same station, this station.
she was so cool to have last time when you had her as a guest.
I almost literally forgot.
Where you are?
No, like what station. But Friday we're going to be talking from fear to freedom, channeling your inner spirit. So
I'll be there. I'll be there.
Absolutely. You're my psychic Friday. So
and remember too that, when you call in this radio station, you get just a little part of a reading. So you can always go to stephenthemedium.com and have me for an hour, or you can split it with one person, two people, three people, and it's always a great time to let me or allow me to have more time. I am all over the place, Stephen the Medium, and also the last thing I'll say is that make sure you are keeping your eyes peeled, because we've got something that we're working on that is going to have one of you and your loved one come to our house. How cool is that? And eat with us and have a free reading with us. So with that said, thank you, Mark, who produces the show. He's got his show right before mine, Mark's Jukebox. Check that out because it's 3 to 5 and it is really amazing, his show and his themes of different songs and stuff like that. And we'll see you then Friday on Elix's show. Get a grip. Bye-bye.
bye, everyone. Thank you, Mark.